if you close your eyes.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another FIFA battle. We haven't done this for a few days. Just been kind of doing some other videos right now, and I haven't really had time to be able to play these sorts of games, to be able to compare these. But we're bringing FIFA Battle back now, and we're bringing it back with some bigger players. We're bringing some bigger players. A lot of the lesser players are kind of not so important now. It's quite easy to get coins, and a lot of people have the bigger players. So we're going to be doing some bigger players today. We have got Martial and Sterling, and as always, you can see in the bottom left and right hand corners, you can vote A or B for who you want to see in the next FIFA battle. We've got some amazing pairings there, so hopefully you guys will go nuts in the comment section. The most popular one will be the one we do in the next episode, but today we've got Martial and Sterling, two amazing left wingers in the BPL. Martial and Sterling have both got great pace and great dribbling. Martial has got the edge on shooting and physical, and the passing is pretty much the same, and Sterling has the edge on defending. So in terms of card stats, Martial really does boss it. Martial is twice as expensive as Sterling. They're 29k on Xbox right now, whereas Sterling is 15,000 coins. Martial's got the 4-star weak foot and the 4-star skill moves, whereas Sterling has the 4-star skill moves, but really lacks on the weak foot, only having 2-star. Both got the same work rates, and Martial is much taller, being 6 foot, whereas Sterling is 5'6". You can see Martial also does have the edge on traits, got tries to beat defensive line shooting, finesse shot, flair dribbler, and speed dribbler, whereas Sterling has just got flair dribbler and speed dribbler. So Martial definitely has the edge in terms of in-game stats and card stats over Sterling, but where it counts is in-game, and that's where we're going to go and look at the gameplay now. So into the gameplay we go, and I really found this this quite an interesting FIFA battle, because these two players, and in this FIFA battle, I don't normally do this. Normally when I do these FIFA battles, I normally just show the gameplay and of the two players that I'm using. So I'd normally just show you Martial and Sterling, but on this occasion they really were both fairly ineffective. You can see Sterling does get more involved, and that's the one difference with them. Sterling actually does get a little bit more involved. Now neither of them really have much to shout about when it comes to stats and how well they did, but Sterling really did put more effort in. You can see this was a great run here by Raheem Sterling. A little bit unlucky not to get the finish, but did a really good job on getting into that position. I really found that Sterling was much more involved than Martial. You know, Sterling and Martial didn't really score a lot of goals, but I felt that they both got into good positions. They were good at beating players. They were both very good at beating the first man, beating the second man, but they were never able to put a good cross in, or they were never able to, you know, finish it off. They were just always really just nearly there. It was always nearly there, but you can see Sterling does get involved a lot more. Nice give and go there with Son, back to Sterling, knocks it past, does get fouled. That happened a lot. Just as I was about to go on with Sterling, I would always get fouled a lot, and it was really the same with Martial. This is what I was doing a lot. I was trying to get them going, get them running, using their pace and dribbling, because that's what their card does. That really just summed up Martial, that whole clip, you know, beating 2 or 3 players and then just getting tackled, you know. It was really frustrating, because I was really just trying to do this. I was trying to use their pace, trying to use their dribbling. There was no point me trying to play, you know, quick passing. That's not their game. I was trying to get them involved in the game. I was trying to use their pace down the wings, beating players, using skill. As you can see with Sterling, you know, great skills, bamboozling the defender, but that final ball was just never there. You see that just hits the defender all the time, and it was frustrating because I felt they were so good at beating players, but you know, they just didn't quite have the final product that was needed. And I felt that it was frustrating because actually players like Milner and Ramsey that I was using in the team were actually getting more involved, and were actually scoring goals and getting assists. You see a great run here by Sterling, you know, but just not able to finish it off, and that was the frustrating bit, just not able to finish it off. And even Martial this time gets in on the act. You know, the corner gets cleared. Martial was on every single corner, by the way, and we didn't once score from a set piece. His crossing was really not good. And I think maybe that's because he was a striker and he's now playing as a winger. Maybe his crossing stats and his in-game stats aren't great in that area. But in this area where sort of counter-attack was where Martial was useful. Always playing that second to last ball, not quite getting the assist. Remy to that squad building, Son puts it in the back of the net. But yeah, it was really frustrating FIFA battle to do, but they both played well, but in terms of stats were fairly disappointing. And yeah, that's how it was. So let's go and look at them stats right now. So guys, when we go into the stats, we can see they both did indeed play the 5 games that are required to finish off the FIFA battle. They both did only score 2 goals, and to be fair, both of Martial's goals were penalties. You can see that penalty that he did win at the end of the gameplay. He did actually score that, and there was another penalty in another game that he did score. Sterling scored 2 goals from open play. In terms of team goals, Martial's team scored 17, whereas Sterling's team only scored 16 goals. Sterling did get 2 assists, and I did feel overall Sterling was probably a little bit better, although the stats are fairly disappointing. I did feel that Sterling really did get involved in the game. You know, he did really try and create things. He maybe didn't have the final ball in these 5 games, but you know, sometimes with some players it takes a little bit more than 5 games, you know, maybe 10-15 games before we really see their full potential. But in this occasion, Sterling does win. They were both good. They weren't great. I wasn't blown away by them, but in this occasion Sterling wins the FIFA battle. And in terms of the next FIFA battle, you can see in the bottom left and right hand corners, you can either vote A or B in the comments. Go nuts in the comments, because these are 2 FIFA battles that I was really excited to do. Could either go for a Bundesliga pairing or go back to the BPL. I want you guys to let me know in the comments. Make sure you leave a like if you are enjoying these FIFA battles. Make sure you let me know in the comments as well if you are enjoying these FIFA battles, because it's interesting to know. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. That's all for today, guys. Have an awesome day. And